purpose of this instructional manual is to guide an HVAC technician through the steps to discharge a blower fan motor capacitor. First, the materials needed to complete the process will be covered. Then the steps to follow will come next. And finally, a brief explanation of the purpose for this procedure will be given. Now, this task will require 4 components. Number 1, safety glasses. As with any electrical or mechanical work, your personal protection is always paramount. In this case, the only safety equipment necessary will be eye protection. Number 2, the capacitor. Since this is the object of our work, it is quite essential to the completion of this task. Number 3, a screwdriver. Most undertakings in the HVAC trade require a multitude of tools, some standard and some specialized. However, this task is not very extensive and only requires the use of 2 tools, one of which is the screwdriver. Number 4, a multimeter. This is the other tool needed. For our purposes, we will only need it to be reading voltage, which is electrical pressure. That is the setting on your meter with the VAC. With that, we now have all the materials in place and can move forward. Step 1. This is quite the simple step, yet is the most important. Put on your safety glasses. If not completed and an accident occurs, your life could change forever. Step 2. Turn off the power. Somewhere there will be a power disconnect switch for the blower fan assembly. Simply switch it off. This ensures that you will not suffer from an electrical shock. Step 3. Locate the capacitor. It will either be mounted on the side of the fan housing or on the front of the fan housing. Step 4. There will be 2 wires, or sometimes 3 wires, attached to the capacitor. Take hold of them one at a time and lightly tug on them in order to remove them. Step 5. Take the screwdriver and unscrew the screws on the capacitor mounting bracket. Step 6. Remove the capacitor from the equipment and set it down on the floor with enough room for you to work on it. Step 7. Take out your multimeter, turn it on, and then set it to read voltage. Step 8. Take hold of both of your leads and then place them on the capacitor in the same place the wires were connected to it. Step 9. Observe your multimeter readout display. The instant both meter leads make contact, the voltage read will flash a number and then drop to 0. Now with that, the capacitor has been discharged. But what does that mean, and why does it need to be done? I will take a moment to explain. This capacitor is basically a device that stores electricity and uses it to assist the running of the fan motor. When the voltmeter is attached, any remaining electricity stored in the capacitor is discharged, essentially emptying the capacitor. This allows for the use of an ohm meter, a different setting on your multimeter, to determine if the capacitor is working properly. Unlike a voltmeter, which takes in the electricity to get its reading, an ohm meter sends out an electrical current to get its reading. If the capacitor still had an electrical charge, it would send it into the ohm meter and could break it. And since broken tools are not particularly desirable, the process of discharging the capacitor becomes itself but one step in the troubleshooting of a system. Thank you.